Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel where we document the real behind the scenes journey of building nightlight candles from the ground up. If you're new here, I'm Dominique and this channel is all about showing you the real side of running a small candle business. The wins, the struggles, and everything in between. Today, we're recapping the first quarter of 2025. And to be honest with you, this quarter felt slow. Between my demanding W-2 job, late nights, and no craft fairs on the calendar, it didn't feel like we were making much noise. But when I looked at the actual numbers, I was shocked. Let's just say the numbers told a completely different story. So in this video, I'm breaking down the highlights, the setbacks, the lessons, and of course, exactly how much we made in quarter one. Spoiler alert, it blew past all my expectations. If you're on your own candle business journey or thinking about starting, this video's for you. And if you like motivation and beautifully scented vibes, make sure you follow us over on TikTok at Nightlight Candle Co. Now let's get into it. Let's start with the wins, because while this quarter didn't feel fast-paced, there were some amazing things that happened behind the scenes. One of the biggest highlights for me was having one of our wholesale partners come back for a second order of car diffusers. That may not sound like a big deal to some, but to me it's everything. It means that somebody enjoyed our products and services enough to come back and order again. That's trust, that's relationship. And that's exactly the direction I want Nightlight Candles to grow in. I also spent a lot of quarter one prepping for upcoming product launches. Some I'm keeping under wraps for now, and some our Candle of the Month subscribers got early access to. We introduced a few new unreleased room sprays and car diffuser scents to our subscribers, and the feedback was amazing. So you can expect to see some of those scents hit the store later this year. We also stayed on track with the release of our newest upcoming candle, Tahitian Sunset. I've been testing this candle for a while, and I'm really proud to say that production is done. It's right on schedule for launch in quarter two. No delays, no setbacks, just solid planning and execution. And last but not least, our 3-piece candle care kit officially dropped this quarter as well. This one means a lot to me because I know what it feels like to be a new candle maker or a candle lover trying to get started, and then seeing overpriced tools that make it feel impossible to join the hobby or business. So it's my promise to you that as long as I can help it, Nightlight Candles will continue to offer tools and products at honest, accessible prices, because I believe everyone should have the chance to experience the joy of candles without feeling like they're being priced out of the game. That's what quarter one was really about: building trust, staying on mission, and serving the community. Now, of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing, so let's talk about what made the quarter challenging. Now let's be real. Quarter one had its share of challenges, and for me, the biggest one is the same challenge that's been following me since the beginning: balancing this business with my W-2 job. I work about 50 to 60 hours a week at my full-time job, and that doesn't just go away when candle orders come in or when I need to prep products. So yeah, some nights are long, and there are definitely moments where I feel like I'm running on fumes. But that's where my wife comes in. She's been amazing this quarter. Even just something as small as dropping packages off at the post office saves me a ton of time and gives me space to focus on the parts of the business I love, like creating, testing, connecting with all of you. I've come to accept that I can't do it all, and I've also realized that it's okay to ask for help. This business started as a solo mission, but as it grows, so does my support system behind it. And honestly, that's a beautiful thing. I'm sharing this part not to complain, but because I know a lot of you are in the same boat, trying to grow a business while working a full-time job, taking care of a family, or just managing life. And I want you to know it's possible. It's not always easy, but it's possible. And speaking of what's possible, let's talk about how we're showing up even without throwing money at ads. Let's talk about marketing for a second, because here's the truth. I didn't do any paid marketing this quarter, not $1 on ads. In the past, I've tried Facebook ads, TikTok ads, you name it, and every time it felt like I was just throwing money into a black hole. So for quarter one, I decided to stop chasing the algorithm and instead focus on growing the brand organically. I've been a little more consistent on our TikTok page lately. If you're not following us on there yet, go check it out at Nightlight Candle Co. We mix motivational messages with candle content to create something that's not just visually relaxing, but also uplifting, kind of the mission of Nightlight Candles itself. It's not about going viral, it's about staying consistent and showing up in a way that aligns with who we are as a brand. I've also been thinking a lot about influencers, but I only want to work with people who actually get what Nightlight Candles stands for. People who, radiate radiate positivity, hope, and authenticity. That's the energy we're building here, and if that means slower growth, I'm good with that because the foundation will be stronger. Now, with all of that said, it's time to talk about what quarter one really taught me and the advice I'd give to anyone just getting started. If there's one lesson I'd share from quarter one, it's this: trust the process. It's easy to get discouraged when sales are slow, when your posts don't get traction, when your brand feels like it's a whisper in a sea of noise. And yeah, I've had those thoughts too. I've wondered if all this work was really moving the needle. But every quarter, the data reminds me of something important. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes it's happening quietly behind the scenes through one happy customer at a time, through one returning wholesale partner, through a subscriber's kind email or review. This business is still small, but it's growing. And it's growing because I've refused to give up, even when I didn't feel ready, even when I didn't have everything figured out. So if you're watching this and you're in that place, just starting or stuck or unsure, please hear this. Don't give up. Keep refining yourself. Keep refining your business. The growth will come. And when it does, it'll feel even more worth it because you earned every inch of it. Now let's get into the part that caught me off guard this quarter: the numbers. Okay, so let's talk about the numbers, because if I'm being honest, I thought this quarter was going to be kind of quiet. We didn't do any craft fairs in quarter one, which, as you know, are usually a huge part of how we generate sales and meet new customers. I had this feeling like maybe this quarter just wasn't going to be very strong. I wasn't sure what the final sales would look like, but when I ran the numbers, my jaw dropped a little bit. Our total gross revenue for quarter one of 2025 came in at $1,932.64. And to put that in perspective, in quarter one of last year, we made just $513.61. That's almost 4 times the growth in 1 year without a single craft fair. No pop-ups, no booths, just pure online and wholesale sales, with a little help from our Candle of the Month subscriptions. This is why I always say trust the process. It doesn't always feel like progress when you're in it, but behind the scenes, the seeds you've planted are growing. People are watching, returning, referring, and suddenly that slow quarter, it wasn't so slow after all. I'm honestly blown away and more motivated than ever to keep showing up and building this the right way. So thank you to everyone who placed an order, joined the subscription box, shared a post, or just cheered me on. You're part of this growth too. And now let's talk about what's coming in quarter two. With quarter one behind us and momentum building, I'm really looking forward to what quarter two has in store. And trust me, we've got some exciting things coming. First up, our newest candle release, Tahitian Sunset. This scent has been months in the making, and I've tested it more times than I can count. It's finally ready and dropping soon. I really wanted to create a scent that feels like a warm tropical escape, and this one absolutely nailed it. It's always a win when we can stay on schedule with a product launch, and this was a quarter two goal from the start. I can't wait for you to experience it. I'm also planning to get back into the craft and vendor fair space this quarter. I've already started locking in dates for fairs that align with our ideal customer base, not just based on price, but based on energy and community. I've seen firsthand how powerful these in-person connections can be, and I'm ready to show up strong. And I'm still working behind the scenes to simplify and refine what we offer, possibly phasing out some slow-moving scents and making some of our seasonal favorites, well, actually seasonal. That way, when they drop, they feel more special and intentional. Quarter two is going to be about focus, connection, and building smarter, not just harder. And with your support, I know we're headed in the right direction. And that's a wrap on quarter one. From the outside, it may have seemed like a quiet quarter, but behind the scenes, it was one of our most meaningful yet. We grew nearly 4x over last year's quarter one, released new products, deepened wholesale relationships, and most importantly, kept showing up. I'm learning that growth doesn't always come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters consistently, even when no one's watching. And if this quarter proves anything, it's that small steps add up, always. If you're building something of your own, I hope this video encourages you to keep going. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Don't wait till you feel ready. Trust the process and watch what happens. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming in quarter two, including our Tahitian Sunset candle launch and the return to in-person fairs. And if you haven't already, check out our affordable 3-piece candle care kit, our merch like our Wick and Chill hoodie and tee, or shop your favorite candles over at www.klsense.com. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's keep growing together. See you in the next one.